I can make you a captain of industry, a king. I have 1,000 versions of...
So, you think this is a fiction story written by a well-paid script writer, a simple movie, but it is the truth. And I have experienced a similar situation in one of my lucid dreaming. I am a lucid dreamer and a dream interpreter, a psychic that has gained knowledge and intuitive works through my dreams. And I have written most of my dreams in my books, my articles, my poems. Most of my lucid dreaming is communication with various higher entities or lower level entities, many different types of entities or people who are also intuitive or have psychic abilities. So I have experienced many things in my lucid dreaming, but the most intuitive and impressive dream was this one I'm going to talk about in this video. So it was 2001. I had to face up so many difficulties, so many attacks from family members, friends, and partners. And this was a really difficult period for me. It was a time that I was a working mother of 2 kids. I hadn't started writing. This happened in 2004, but I had a lot of dreaming and too many supernatural activity going on around in my life. I had so many dreams that I need so much time to explain in a single video. So one night I'm going for sleep and I see in my dream that I was sitting on my chair, my working space, with my white desk full of papers, like it was happening right then in my original office, full of papers and so much work I had to do. And I was so much oppressed and I was so depressed about doing so much work. This desk and my chair and the papers were surrounded by a familiar to me park close to my older house. While I was sitting on my chair, I saw a familiar to me person who was not a kind person, and he was a really difficult person to deal with, and he was doing no good to a certain group of people, but also doing good things to his own group of people. And I see him, and I see another entity with him. This entity was not a human one. It was rather a person, an entity that looked like the ancient Greek god Pan. That is a goat-faced person with long black nails and the goat feet, and he was wearing a costume like the one men wear to go to special events, and they were dancing together. And I was sitting and watching them, and I was so astonished, and I said to myself, how is it possible? This man has created so much disaster, chaos, so much harm to many people, but he was protected. He was dancing with another entity, and no one could harm him. And when I sent this thing, when I thought, because I never spoke, but I thought all these things, a voice talked to me, suddenly disappeared, and I could see only the goat-faced entity, and he said to me, if you want to be rich and famous, I can help you. I can make you the most important, the most famous, the richest person in the world, if you want to. It was like looking to a cinema screen, and he starts showing me pieces of my future life while I was wearing a red, wonderful dress, and I was so beautiful in another way. You know, it was so powerful, and all these views, they were coming and moving so quickly. All my life, my future life, the rich and famous life, was moving so quickly, like I was like a movie star. And I was wearing this red gown, and doors were opening, and I was going through the open doors, and people were greeting me and talked about me, and they're clapping their hands, and they said so many good things, and I was so much happy and famous, and I was so astonished looking at this screen, and all these viewings were so seductive. I cannot explain that to you, but it was really seductive, that sometime I was thinking, well, what will happen if I go through these open doors, and if I become famous and doing all these things? What do you think? What might happen? Maybe it's good, maybe it's so nice. And then something happened to me while I was thinking. Wait for part 2.
I can make you a captain of industry, a king. I have 1,000 versions of...
This is part 2 of my lucid dreaming. I was sitting on my chair, and I was mesmerized by this strange entity that looked like the Greek ancient god Pan. And the images of my new or future self were going by really quickly, and I was looking at them and staring at them, mesmerized and thinking, what if I choose this life? What if I become famous? What if I I'm a well-known person. What if I move to another stage of my life that is prettier, healthier, happier? What if? And suddenly I feel a hand on my right shoulder, right here, a soft hand full of energy, positive energy. And I feel the hand and I feel relaxed. And I hear a voice coming from my right side. Do not believe in this stuff. Nothing is going to happen. 3 times. Do not believe in this stuff. Nothing is going to happen. And I listen again from the left shoulder. Look, you are going to become famous, rich, happy, successful. You are going to change your life. And again I hear the right shoulder voice. And I'm sitting, trying to estimate what is going on. And suddenly I wake up in my dream. I become awakened in my dream. And I become furious, angry, and I push my hand really hard on the desk and I say, no, I'm not going to accept your proposal. No, I'm not going to be famous. I'm going to move on with my own power, my own force. As long as I can take it, I will make it myself. And the screen disappears, and the voice on the left shoulder disappears. And I remain alone in the park. But I feel the energy coming around me. I feel this energetic field that is protecting me and sustain all this energy coming from within. I realized that I wasn't alone. I was protected, and I also realized and comprehended that I moved to a new stage, but this was the awakening stage, a new true self of me, my true self, the spiritual self. And I woke up this time in my reality, and I felt this relief within me. I felt that I am something more than this body. I met with my higher spiritual self, and I was really happy than ever.